Right, hello all the crazy people out there, my name is Dragon Knight, welcome back to Pokemon Ultra Moon. So last time, we finished the Team Rainbow Rocket little post-game side quest thing. On the Ether Paradise, they kind of took over and gave us a big old maze to solve. And that was kind of fun, it was kind of neat seeing the bosses of other Pokemon games coming back for a little challenge run. And today, I'm gonna go back to the Battle Tree. I have not like officially fought red or blue in the save file because I did that earlier in the Let's Play, and blue did not mess around and I did not last very long. And I reset the game because I didn't know if I were to return, if the game would allow me to like fight him again, or if that was just like a one-time opportunity. So we're gonna go and do that today. So what I am going to do, and I've gone and did a little bit of fighting random encounters in the tall grass until like, everybody's who was close to a level is, like, just over a level. I'm gonna start using rare candies, because I got a bunch of those, which I haven't really been using. I've got, currently, level 65 Birdbrain, level 64 Gondolahas, level 64 Loquacore, level 63 Pico, 65 Streamba Crow, and 63 Fusroda. So, I am going to, I also turned the experience all off, so that I could sort of control what levels everyone was. So I'm gonna turn that back on. And now we're gonna go and take these, rare candies. Oh, I've only got 3 of them. Would have thought I would have had more. Okay, then. I think Pico I'm going to raise to 65. Actually, I'll just raise Pico to 64. Fusroda can go to level 64. And who does that leave? I kind of feel like Loquacore, being the most well-rounded of everybody on my team, should probably get another level there. I think that's what I'll do. Okay. So, we're gonna go run with that, and we're gonna go run into the Battle Tree, and we're gonna try and fight red and blue. So, it is not, like, I don't have to fight blue again. I fought him the first time, or at least I attempted to fight him the first time. I do have the opportunity to fight red. Should I switch? Yeah, the game is gonna go through this whole thing again. I don't remember how much of Blue's team I saw the first time around, although I did go back and check the recording just to cheat and see what I was up against, and his team was like upper level 60s, and I imagine red is gonna be much the same. Red is most likely going to have Pikachu, the 3 Kanto starters, and probably a Snorlax and a Lapras. I think that's what his team was in Heart Gold and Soul Silver. I don't know if it's going to be the same team. I know Red has a couple different Pokemon that he canonically uses. I don't know which team this one's going to be. You know what? I think I will switch. Alright, so leading with Pikachu is going to make things a little bit difficult for Birdbrain, but I do kind of want to just see what he has, and I feel like I should match up decently against the Kanto starters. So, sorry, Blue. I'm not going to see you this time. Alright, fine. I'll heal your Pokemon for you. Okay, so I healed with items right before this after fighting random Pokemon in the tall grass, so that was a waste. Although I suppose you would have given me my power points back too, although I don't know if that's going to really come into play here. So, Red is, I'm sure, going to lead with Pikachu. This should probably, I would be very surprised if he didn't. Yeah, alright, there we go. And, Pikachu is going to go up against the Birdbrain, and Birdbrain has exactly one job here, and that is to toss some Stealth Rocks out. Pikachu, please do something dumb. Volt Tackle. Alright, that is not as dumb as I was hoping it would be, although I think that's a physical attack. Was that a special attack? If it was a physical attack, I don't think it would have taken me down to that range. Anyway. Let's see. There's a chance he will try and go for a quick attack. Or something of that nature, and not another Volt Tackle, but I'm going to switch into, where are you? Gondolahas is over here, who is a ground type, who is at the very least immune to electric. Alright, so you did go for a quick attack. Alright, so your AI was able to figure that out. I don't know what else Pikachu will be able to do to a Flygon. So I'm gonna stay in. You're just gonna quick attack again. Interesting choice. I guess you probably you don't have that many other options against me. Pikachu's gonna go down. You're level 74, by the way, which is high. Understandable, being your mascot Pokemon or whatnot. Lapras is up next. Okay, so that is something I really did not want to see. I might have to sack off Flygon here. You're level 69. I'm level 64. I'm gonna go for a Rock Slide. Yeah, you got Ice Shard. That's a priority move anyway. Do I think Pico is going to be faster than a Lapras? The thing is, I don't know if Pico is going to be faster than a Lapras. You are 105 speed, which is not very good. I don't think Pico is going to be faster than a Lapras, and Lapras is obviously a water type. Strinbakro has Marvel Scale. And 144 speed. Multi-scale, sorry. I think that's not even the first time I've done that. Marvel Scale is the Milotic ability, isn't it? Alright, I think I'm gonna try and do the thing where I Dragon Dance. And, we're going to hope that Dragon Dance is gonna give me enough speed. Alright, so I'm already faster than you, so that's something at least. And I'm gonna hope that you don't try and use, like, a Blizzard or something, because I still might not survive a Blizzard, even with the multi-scale. 8 HP, alright, so that is horrifying. I've got extreme speed, and I've got to hope for a critical hit or something. I do have the Silk Scarf, because I do know that Lapras has Ice Shard there. Okay, that didn't work out the way that I wanted it to at all. So, the dancing dragon strategy has met its match. Pico, Lapras is at like less than half health. Pico has Flare Blitz. Do I think I can outspeed you? I cannot outspeed you. Did I really? Alright, I'm gonna die to the Flare Blitz recoil, but did I really take that with like 6 HP? Okay. Bye, Pico. Sorry, Pico. It's what? Like 4 on barely 3 right now? This isn't really looking good for me. You're gonna send in Snorlax. Okay. So I'm gonna try the backup dancing dragon strategy. And you're gonna take some rocks damage. And I'm gonna go and use a dragon dance. And we are going to see... I'm obviously gonna be faster than you. We are going to see how much you can do Heavy Slam. Okay, I was worried about Body Slam, which can paralyze, but I don't think Heavy Slam is gonna... Yeah, alright. Let's do that again. And then we're gonna close combat, and we will worry about things with priority moves. So you have Venusaur and Charizard left after this. Am I missing someone? Blastoise. I don't think any of them are gonna have a priority move. So we're gonna go use close combat. And that's gonna drop my defenses and also take the Snorlax down. And... Okay, Snorlax is going down. Everyone's getting experience, although it's not going to be very interesting because nobody is close to a level at all right now. And Blastoise is up next. Okay, so Blastoise is probably the tankiest one. I'm going to go use Devastating Drake, so my Z-type Dragon-type move. And that is going to take the Blastoise down. And I think I see a path to victory here. I might have this. Let's see. You have Charizard and Blastoise. I should be faster than both of them now with the 2 Dragon Dances. Alright, that... I was waiting for that animation to finish before I continued with what I was saying, and then I remembered how long it was. But I think I have a path to victory here. So Charizard is coming in next. And you're gonna take, like, half damage from that right there, which is a lot. I think I'm gonna go and try and finish you off with an Outrage. Alright. That half damage right there is why Stealth Rock is such a contentious move in competitive. There's a strong argument to be made for it just being, like, way too overpowered. Anyway, Venusaur is up next. You're gonna take neutral damage from the rocks. I'm gonna go and hammer away with a +2 Outrage. And I think we have defeated Red. Okay, goodbye, Venusaur. Good game, Red. And the 2-turn Outrage didn't really matter. We made it through that. Fusro Da. going to grow to level 65 out of that. Red has been defeated with the sheer unrelenting force of the dancing dragon strategy. You're going to fork over $39,200 of your lunch money. And we've just barely pulled through this one. We were called here to be the new bosses of this here battle tree. We'll definitely battle again if you can manage to make it through the battle tree, that is. And when we do, I'll show you just what a top cancer trainer can do. Alright, so... trying to read between the lines a little bit. I think what that means is that if I fight the battle tree and if I get to the boss, blue is going to be the boss. And if I had fought blue, defeated blue, and went through the battle tree and got to the boss, red would have been the boss. I think that is what the implication is here. Anyway, this is the battle tree. Are there any, like, EV and or IV checking NPCs here? Yawn. Who are you? Okay. I don't know if that's just a joke or if you're there to tell me about, like, the move Yawn. Yeah, my record right now is 0 because I just got here. I'm not gonna go and look at that. Do I want to do battle tree stuff as part of this Let's Play? I'm considering it. So we can play games with the Beware. Over here, let's see what rewards we can get. I believe this is the same BP as I can rack up for doing the surfing games. Which is probably a faster way of doing it. You're just a move tutor. Okay. Which is probably definitely like a faster way of getting BP. But it's also like a less fun part of the game. These are the battle items. These are the ones that I'd really like to have on my team. There's some evolution items there, and also some just general items. I think they're all tied to evolution in some way. Some of them just have, like the King's Rock, have potential battle effects. Alright, these are... I've got 17 BP. Do I want a Toxic Flame? No, I don't really want any of those. I kind of do want, something like a Life Orb. Possibly an Assault Vest. If I'm gonna do this, I'll think on that. And this last one, are you TMs? I think you might be TMs. Nope, you're the Megastones. Okay, so I think Flygon? I think Flygon is a Megastone? Are these in any particular order? Can I sort these by name? Alright, Flygon does not have a Mega form. There is apparently quite a lot of fan art about what it might look like, which might be why I assumed that there was. Nobody on my team does actually have a Megastone to go with them. Dragonite does have a Mega form, but only in Legend ZA. And for the record, I am still very upset that its Megastone is not called the Dragonite. I think it's the Dragonite. I can't remember what it is, but they didn't go for the stupid name, and I'm upset about that. Garchompite was almost something that was on my team, but I did decide that I didn't feel like going and running around in the desert for way too long. So we ended up with Flygon instead, who does not have a Megastone. That's okay. I don't believe Mega Garchomp was really favored over its vanilla form in competitive very often. But that's interesting. So I think what I might do is I might go through the battle tree, like the regular bosses with like my regular team, and I might bring a competitive team in from my regular Pokemon Sun game to do the super bosses. I haven't quite decided what I want to do about that yet. Let me see. So this is basically competitive training for those who don't know. This is the Battle Frontier, the Battle Subway of this generation. Battle Chateau from Kalos. Let me see. If I do, I'm probably gonna do like doubles. If I were to do this, who do I want to enter is the question. This is not a job for Skarmory. I kind of feel like, multiscale as an ability isn't as good in doubles as it is in singles. I feel like good leads would be someone Pokemon who, like, can take a hit, just generally speaking. I definitely want Pikachu in there for some fairy resistance. Not even resistance, but, like, for the sake of some, like, not being weak to fairy. And Strewn Bakwo, I think I'm gonna put in there for, the priority move, because Extreme Speed is the only priority move on my entire team, which is not great. This, and I guess I'll start talking a little bit about this, this team building exercise that I did here. I was not sure how this was going to turn out. This dragon mostly monotype strategy. Like, I obviously knew that it had gaping weaknesses to both Fairy and Ice, and I wasn't sure which was going to be more of a problem. Probably I would say Fairy turned out to be more of a problem overall. Didn't see too many Ice-type Pokemon, and I did have a Fire-type to deal with that. But, let's see. We can go and use... I'm going to go use Scald on Bronzong. I don't know. I feel like probably on balance... Bronzong in-game usually have Levitate for the ability rather than Heat Proof, so trying to hit it with a ground type move is a bit of an exercise in futility. And I'm definitely, I think this was a fun team to use. I don't think this was a good team to use in the sense that, like, it made the game easy. Part of that might be because I did have the experience all off for most of it, so I did fall behind in levels fairly often, and part of that might be because dragons tend to evolve late. Did Scald really do that little damage? I guess Scald really did that little damage. Alright, Outrage. Fusardot is faster. Please hit Kingdra. Alright, Scald is going to do 30% more damage now thanks to the rain. You were going to use Outrage. Interesting. I am not going to survive that. That was a critical hit. Don't think I would have survived it even if it wasn't. And now... that did not hit the one who I wanted it to. Perfect. We have a problem. Which is that we are one battle into this, and I am kind of in trouble already. Oh, you know what? I also didn't, like, put actual competitive moves on here. I still have Fly, for example. Screw it. We're just gonna go and tag team the Outrage. Hypnosis. If you could hit, yeah, the one who's about to go into confusion from Outrage anyway. Yeah, alright, you're gonna use Outrage. That's fine. I have multi-scale. Oh, you hit her. Okay. So anyway, as I was saying, I was very curious how this team was gonna work out. I wanted to do something like this, like, just once, just to see how it would go. It was kind of a science experiment. It was not like... it's definitely not a team I would recommend doing. I had to jump through a lot of hoops and trade in Pokemon to really make it work. In future Pokemon Let's Plays, I will be going with more normal teams. And I'm going to, let's see. Oh, I woke up, did I snap out of the Outrage? I wasn't really paying attention. Did I snap into confusion? I mean, words? Why do you have Reflect? Okay, so, one, I can't believe that didn't do more damage. I guess Pelipper's special attack is just not that good. Okay, 2, we got the Outrage off. That's nice. 3, Pelipper's going down, and 4, I think we've just barely pulled through this by the skin of our teeth thanks to Kingdra. Anyway. Nope, you're still faster. You are gonna hit Fusardot. I'm gonna use... alright. So there goes Kingdra. If I really wanted to commit to the strategy, I would probably have put like a Person Berry or something, or a Lumberry on at least one of my Dancing Dragons. Yeah, all that 1 BP. And I want to say I gotta go to like 21 and then I'll fight a boss. I also thought that there was like a round of like less challenging Pokemon for the first round, like the first 10 or so, which is what I meant when I said I'll just fight that with my in-game team and then switch to a competitive one. But it looks like this team is fairly well. The opponents I'm fighting are fairly competent, at least relative to your average in-game trainer. So that might have been like previous generations. They might have like upped the difficulty or something like that. Anyway. We are gonna go and try and hit you with a Rock Slide. That should at least put a big dent in Rotom Fan with the double immunity to ground type moves. Executor is gonna go down to an Ice Beam. This is so far looking quite a bit better than the first battle was. You're gonna use Rain Dance. I feel like that probably doesn't matter. Send in someone else who's weak to Rock, maybe, please. Thank you. Hydreigon. Okay, so you're not weak to Rock, but you are weak to Ice Beam, which I am Choice Spexed into, so we're just gonna keep doing that. I don't have Swift Swim, do I? I have Sniper for my ability. I'm pretty sure I didn't get a Swift Swim one. Alright, so there goes Rotom. I'm surprised that Fusardal was faster than a Hydreigon. Dragon Pulse is probably not going to kill me from full health because of my monstrously ridiculous HP total. And there goes Hydreigon. Okay. So it's 4-on-1 now. Drapion is up next. I suppose the rain is there because you might or might not have the dry skin ability, which is definitely something Drapion doesn't usually want to see fire. But I'm just going to go and hit you with an Outrage, and Logvacor is going to go and hit you with an Ice Beam, and I think that should be it for Drapion. And I'm going to go and I think speed through the rest of this session. Whether or not I win or whether this is just going to end in me losing, I don't know. If it's going to be like competently leveled Pokemon the entire way through, I might not bring in a competitive team and fight with them just because I don't feel like spending time trading things over. But, yeah. Whatever music I decide to use when I speed through this, I hope you're into it.